New York, a gym teacher allegedly sent nude pictures and had sex with a teen boy. Yeah, another teacher. Gym teacher in upstate New York. Well, she's been arrested and charged after she allegedly had sex with a 16-year-old boy in a car behind a motel. Didn't even have dignity to take him inside the damn place. According to a press release from the New York State Police, Lindsay M. Halstead, a 29-year-old, was arrested Tuesday on charges of sexual misconduct and endangering the welfare of a child. In an interview with police, the teen told police that he interacted with his teacher frequently on Snapchat. Within a few weeks, he alleged she began to send him nude photos of herself and asked him to send naked photos of himself in return. It's unclear whether he complied or not. Later, the teen claimed Halstead arranged to pick him up from a library in Waterloo, New York. She drove him to a nearby Hampton Inn, where they had sex in the backseat of her SUV. Halstead has been charged with one count of sexual misconduct for allegedly engaging in oral sex with the boy. She faces another count of sexual misconduct for allegedly having intercourse with him. She's also been charged with one misdemeanor count of endangering the welfare of a child, a result of the alleged naked Snapchat photos. This investigation is continuing, and additional charges are pending. The Prentiss County Sheriff's Office announced the arrest of 3 individuals. Doesn't say it, but they kind of look the same, don't they? I mean, kind of like they're a family or something. Let's find out here. 73-year-old Warren Earl Kalbaugh of County Road 1401 was arrested on March 8th for multiple capious warrants by a Prentiss County grand jury. His charges are 3 counts of sexual battery of a child under the age of 14 and 2 counts of fondling. His bond was set at $100,000. Then next we've got Wanda Gay Kalbaugh. Oh, it's the same last name. What do you know? Of County Road 1401, same address. And was also arrested on March 8th for a capious warrant of contributing to the delinquency or neglect of a child for physical or sexual abuse. Her bond was set at $10,000. Looks like she was letting the old chomo get away with what he wanted to do, huh? Well, then we've got Darian Lee Kalbaugh. Oh, it's the same last name, and he's got the same facial features of both of them. It's probably their son. You know what? I pretty much guarantee it is. Well, he was arrested there too on March 11th for a capious warrant for contributing to the delinquency or neglect of a child or physical/sexual abuse, same as his supposed mother, possibly. His bond was also set at $10,000. Investigator Tori Jumper presented the case to the Prentiss County grand jury. Well, all 3 of them can't afford their bond and they're still sitting in jail. Family of chomos right here. Takes all kinds, don't it? Iowa. A bluegrass man arrested in August on a child sexual abuse material charge is facing new charges in connection with an incident in 2021. See, when you find one, you start finding more and more and more. It never ends, never fails. No cure. This is Nicholas Kitiero Munger. He's 30 years old. He was booked into the Scott County Jail Wednesday on charges of enticing a minor under 13, assault with intent to commit sexual abuse, sexual exploitation by a school employee. Yeah, he's a school employee. It's another one. And indecent contact with a child. The enticing a minor charge is a Class C felony, punishable by up to 10 years in prison. The remaining charges are all an aggravated misdemeanor, punishable by 2 years in prison. Munger, a bus monitor for Durham buses for the Davenport School District, was seen on video sitting next to a student on the bus. Munger later told police he was trying to hypnotize the student while on the bus, and that he found others similar to the student online and had them take off their shirts through hypnosis. Well, Munger was fondling the child on the bus, and he got caught on their cameras what happened. The student also said Munger grabbed his thigh and inappropriately touched him over his clothing while they sat next to each other on the bus. On May 5th of 21, police searched Munger's home and they seized 15 electronic devices. A single child pornographic image was found on 3 separate devices, according to those affidavits. Munger was arrested in August and charged with purchase/possess depiction of a minor in a sex act, an aggravated misdemeanor, punishable by up to 2 years in prison. He's got a pretrial conference on April 3rd in that case. That was the first one. He just got set a bond of $10,000 cash only. Not much when you can afford it. Munger will be arraigned on this newer charge on April 4th. Kentucky State Police said on Thursday that they arrested a chomo for child sexual exploitation offenses. 35-year-old Mark Weston McFadden was arrested after an investigation into sexually explicit images of minors that were uploaded to his social media account. As a result of that investigation, a search warrant was obtained for McFadden's cell phone in Lilly, Kentucky on Thursday. The equipment used in the crime was then taken to the Kentucky State Police Forensic Science Lab. Currently, McFadden is being charged with 3 counts of possessing matter portraying a minor under the age of 12 in a sexual performance, which is a Class C felony, punishable by 5 to 10 years in prison. In addition to that, he's being charged with 1 count of possessing matter portraying a minor over the age of 12, but under 18 in a sexual performance, which is a Class D felony, punishable by 1 to 5 years in prison. Now, I kind of agree with the first one, but the second one, 12? What if they're 12 and they're depicted in a manner that's sexually explicit and or having sex, and yet he's only going to get 1 to 5 years for that? I don't understand that law. It needs to change. 20 to life. You know what I'm saying? Well, regardless, McFadden was taken to the Whitley County Detention Center, where he's being held with no bond. See ya, chomo. A Jasper County man is accused of sex crimes against a child under the age of 16. According to the South Carolina Law Enforcement Division, G. Leon Langford Jr., a 76-year-old of Ridgeland, was served with an arrest warrant Wednesday. The arrest warrant states Langford molested the victim, who was 14 at the time, during the summer of 2014 when the victim was on a couch. Langford is charged with criminal sexual conduct with a minor in the 3rd degree. See that fire there, chomo? Yeah, think about it for a second. See ya! Leesburg, Virginia. The Leesburg Police Department's arrested Luke Mulligan, 42-year-old of Leesburg, charging him with 2 counts of possession of child sexual abuse materials following an extensive investigation. Well, this morning, detectives from the Leesburg Police Department arrested Mulligan and executed a search warrant with the assistance of multiple agencies in the 600 block of Rockbridge Drive, southeast. The warrant was obtained after a thorough investigation stemming from the discovery of sexually explicit material involving children on an electronic device owned by this chomo Mulligan. Mulligan was transported to the Loudoun County Adult Detention Center, where he remains on no bond, and additional charges are anticipated. Wichita, Kansas. The United States Attorney's Office said Wednesday that they've indicted a Wichita man on 1 count of child sexual abuse material. The DA's office says 35-year-old Timothy Daniel Luker was indicted on 1 count of distribution of child sexual abuse material. Homeland Security investigations and the Kansas Internet Crimes Against Children's Task Force are still investigating the case, so no further information is known about Luker, but you can be sure that when it does, you will hear it first on the sex offender hit list. See ya, Chomo! A 52-year-old Cornelia man was in jail, charged with sexually abusing a 14-year-old girl. The allegations came to light after one of the girl's parents notified authorities earlier this month. Deputies arrested David Roy Summers on Wednesday, March 13th, following an investigation that included a forensic interview at Faith's Powerhouse in Stevens County. During that interview, investigators say it was revealed that Summers was a close family friend who spent time alone with the girl at a residence in Habersham County and took her to different job sites in Rabun. According to the Rabun County Sheriff's Office, Summers inappropriately touched the victim and engaged in sexual intercourse. The alleged abuse reportedly began in late 2023. Summers admitted to being a person of trust and confidence to the victim, spending time alone with her and taking her to multiple job sites throughout Rabun County. The Habersham County investigators charged Summers with 1 count each of sexual battery and child molestation. Rabun County investigators obtained no bond warrants for him on 3 counts of child molestation, so he ain't getting out of jail, not anytime soon. Summers was booked into the Habersham County Detention Center. Sheriff Nichols says the investigation is ongoing. You can be sure when we find out more about this Chomo, you'll hear it here first on the Sex Offender Hit List. See ya, Chomo! Vermont. A former South Burlington man faces charges of sexual and physical abuse of an 8-year-old child. Acting on a tip from the DCF last month, the Chittenden Unit for Special Investigations says 36-year-old David Carr, currently living in Middlebury, committed the crimes of lewd or lascivious conduct with a child, as well as simple assault. He was arrested earlier this month on Shelburne Road in South Burlington with no incident, and he was released on conditions. I don't like it. Don't let them out. Authorities say Carr has pending criminal cases in Vermont and prior felony convictions from another state. So if he's got pending cases, why are you going to release him? More stupidity from our judicial system. Massachusetts. A Revere man was arrested after a search warrant uncovered hundreds of images and videos of child sexual abuse material on his cell phone. 45-year-old Kenneth Higgins was arrested by the Massachusetts State Police on Wednesday and charged with possession of child sexual abuse material and possession of child sexual abuse material third offense. At the time of his arrest, he was also on probation imposed that was following a prison sentence for a 2008 conviction on, guess what, child sexual abuse charges. Higgins is a registered level 2 sex offender and has multiple prior convictions for possession of child sexual abuse materials. I don't understand it. They should have never let him out the first time. The second time. What are we on, the third or fourth time now? Wednesday's charges stemmed from an investigation by the State Police Detective Unit for Suffolk County and the State Police Cybercrime Unit that began recently as a result of a cyber tip. This one came from Yahoo and was sent to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children. The tip included several picture files depicting child sexual abuse and data related to the IP address that accessed the picture files. So Higgins was ordered held without bail, thankfully, for violating his probation from the previous case by reoffending. Well, you knew he was going to reoffend. How stupid can these people be?
Bryden, you're right. It's a step in the right direction.
Happy birthday, dear Ellie.
Now, Ellie, remember, this is our special secret.
Peanut butter.
1 in 5 children is sexually abused before they turn 18.
Make a wish, but remember, it's a secret.
Do you know the signs?
I just want everyone to go home.
Learn more about the risks of child sexual abuse at sapria.org.
When a child experiences trauma, they can be stripped of their ability to imagine. But imagination is colors. All the colors. Imagination is freedom. And whatever you want it to be. But a child without imagination is not a child at all. Will you help defend our right to imagine?